Hello, and welcome to Barovia. Once again, I am your humble master of dragons and keeper of dungeons, Pixel, here to present to you the 9th episode of Ages of Ainor presents the Curse of Strahd. Yo, what's up, everybody? How we doing tonight? As I said before, I'm Pixel. We are Ages of Ainor. This is Curse of Strahd. Curse of Strahd, and the eponymous villain of the piece is here tonight. All of the terrible accents I've been doing are finally paying off, and we're going to get a full night with our beloved baddie, Strahd von Zarevich. Before we begin our, let's call it a culling, perhaps, we're going to do our usual housekeeping things, just to sort of delay the inevitable. First things first, for folks in chat, try to remember when we move on to map screens that sometimes you might see things that are the DM perspective. So you may see things that our players don't see. You might see monsters hiding around the next corner, or you might see traps or secret doors or all kinds of different things. So try not to spoil those things. Our heroes, or victims should we call them, might be in chat with you tonight, trying to hang out, comment on what's going on, whine and cry and beg for their various deities to save them, you know, walk around with their hands and with their hats in their hands asking for inspiration, all kinds of things they may try to get up to tonight to save their sorry hides. So please try not to spoil things, because that will degrade the experience for them. Secondly, please remember that D&D is a complex game with a lot of rules. Also, we are trying to improvise a dramatic and exciting and horrifying story together as a group, so we may play fast and loose with the rules. I may change things with the adventure. Actually, spoiler alert, I already have, and I'm going to again. I may forget things about the rules, or I may make something up on the fly that technically isn't how that works or whatever. So if you happen to know a ruling, and I'm sitting here racking my brain trying to think, okay, so how exactly does that work again? Feel free to put that in chat if you know it, but also please be aware that if the moment passes, we are not going to go back and try to like retcon things just to have pure accuracy to how the rules work or whatever, because that is way less fun than whatever super cool shit we came up with in the moment. So we'll just try to get it right next time. Thirdly, we want to keep this space as open and welcoming a place that we can, to the extent that that's possible on the internet. So we do try to keep that internet toxicity to a minimum. So we won't be putting up with anyone being abusive or hateful in chat, whether that's to other viewers or to the players, or regarding character choices, knowledge of the game or the rules, anything else about them as people or how they're playing this game, any of that kind of stuff. As I've said before numerous times, I doubt that'll be a problem here. It never has been before, but we do always want to kind of be upfront with how we run our space. Fourthly, we always let you know with this adventure in particular that this is a horror-themed adventure. There are elements in it that some viewers may find unpleasant or disturbing. We aren't setting out to be overly graphic or gruesome or to upset anyone, but we do want to caution everybody to please moderate your consumption of this campaign with your health and well-being in mind. When the videos go up on YouTube or on the podcast, we will be putting appropriate trigger warnings on those things when possible. But in the context of a live stream, it's generally not possible to give advance warning because we're improvising a lot of this stuff. So if that's an issue for you, we do let you know that we'll be putting it up live, or we're putting up after the fact, and you can check those tags when it goes up, and that may be a safer way for some folks to consume it, and we totally understand that. We will, however, preface all of this by saying that we will not be engaging in any depictions of graphic sexual content of any kind, especially not any kind of sexual assault or violence. So if that's a concern for you, just know that that is, you know, kind of a blanket non-possibility at this table in this game. So, you know, you can let that one off your back. So, fifthly, it is widely known and accepted that this adventure does have some sort of problematic depictions of folks who are inspired by travelers or Romani people IRL. I have done my best to search for resources online to help alter those depictions to try to avoid offensive stereotypes for people who have been targets of discrimination and racism, both historically and in the present day. And if you have any suggestions or comments or feedback for us on that front, like I said, I'm going to do my best to use the resources I was able to find on the internet. If you have further resources you would like to direct to me, or comments or concerns in that front, please do let us know in Discord or wherever else. And then we are going to be doing our bonus mom one shot. Very excited. The community points challenge that everyone gave so many of their community points for will be going on next Friday. So in lieu of the Bedegar adventures, which are on hiatus while we swap between the two adventures, give those cast members a break. On the 23rd, instead of a Bedegar adventure, we will be having bonus mom's one shot. So that is very exciting. We are super pumped for that. She will be running the Sphere of Sunlight by James Pianka, who's a game designer that we know from kind of way back, who has worked on Magic the Gathering. He's worked in the video game space and done a whole lot of other really cool things. And some of those, he will be joining us in chat that night. And we actually have a podcast for patrons that's up right now of an interview with him. And that podcast will go live actually next Friday at noon for the public. So if you would like to listen to him and learn a little bit more about the adventure and all of those sorts of things, you can do that next Friday before the show. Also, the other people who are participating in that game, they have done podcast interviews as well. And I believe all of those are up for anyone on our podcast feeds. So that is very exciting as well. So last thing before we get started, as usual, if we could go around and please introduce ourselves. Cast, if you'll introduce yourself and your character, where we can find you on the internet, all those sort of things, and whether or not you have chat inspiration. So, as always, right off the top, the inestimable Vincent Page.
Howdy, folks. I am Vincent Page, and primarily you can find me here on Twitch at Vincent Page. You just search that in the bar, and you'll find my mug. Also have all the other social medias, which will be in my link tree on my page if you want to find me. And I am playing Ash Fireforge, the Changeling Rogue. I do currently have chat inspiration as well.
Excellent. And Omega.
Hello, friends. My name is Omega. I am playing Honest Montarik, the Stone Gnome Blazon Wizard, and I currently do have chat inspiration.
Excellent. Wonderful. Ozzy.
I'm Ozzy. You won't find me anywhere because I don't do anything cool like stream or TikTok, but I'm playing Cass Amblecrown. I'm a dwarf paladin, Oath of the Ancients paladin. And yeah, I'm excited to play tonight.
Excellent. And do you guys have inspiration?
Oh, yes, I do have chat inspiration.
What about
I mentioned that I...
No, Oz, Onyx. Blah, 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 blah. Too many O's.
Yes, I do have chat inspiration.
Okay. And sorry, what was that, VP?
I was saying that I did mention that I had mine. I don't know if you were talking to me or not.
Okay. And then sorry to interrupt, but we will jump back in with the bonus mom.
Hey there, kiddos. I'm Bonus Mom, and I am playing Wandress, the Circle of Stars druid. And I'm standing in an open doorway. And when I woke up this morning, my hair was no longer pink. It was gray, as you see now. Things don't look good, but I am fully inspired. And I am on TikTok and Apple and Spotify and everywhere that this old broad can force herself to be for you to see. I am there. Find me. You'll be glad you did.
Awesome. And as always, go ahead, sorry.
I got major All Might vibes there. It was great. Go ahead.
I am here. Yeah. Well, watashi ga kita. I am Pixel, and I am here to be your dungeon master and your horrible slayer of player characters. Tonight, I will be reprising my role as Strahd von Zarovich, dickhead in chief, and the cause of all of our party's troubles, probably. So
I do have inspiration. I'm sorry, somebody just asked me.
It's all good.
Yes.
Bonus Mom does have inspiration. Excellent. So you can find me here playing Dungeons & Dragons. Every Friday night, we have Dungeons & Dragons actual play content here. We have Curse of Strahd on weeks like this, and then alternate weeks, we will be doing our Bedegar adventure series. The next one of those that will be coming up begins, we believe, on October the 7th, where we will start the Region of Bedegar, which is a super fun adventure by MCDM to sort of showcase the mechanics in their book, Strongholds and Followers and Kingdoms. Their book, Kingdoms and Warfare. We've already done the Strongholds and Followers stuff. We have most of the same cast that went through Strongholds and Followers adventure will be reprising their roles for that, but we do have some fresh new faces as well, so that will be very exciting and fun, and that begins on October the 7th. And then, as we stated before, next week we will have Bonus Mom's one-shot channel point challenge. which should be very, very exciting. A bunch of really cool TikTokers and folks will be jumping in for that. So, without further ado, let's get into it, friends. When last we left our heroes, they were in Barovia. They had been to the depths of the Death House, and one of them had died. And then they escaped. They made their way off into the woods. They met a new adventurer, were almost killed by wolves, went to the church, and met the priest, and discovered his son had been turned into a vampire spawn and was trapped in the basement, and that he blamed Onyx Montaric's mentor, the wizard, who had come and gone and thought that he could take on the Devil Strahd. It turns out, seemingly not, and the whereabouts of said mentor, whom Onyx is here to find, are indeterminate. They then made their way to the bar in the center of the town where they met Ismark. Ismark is the son of the Burgomaster of Barovia, who has recently died. The Burgomaster of Barovia, of course, being the individual who seemingly someone had impersonated in order to lure Ash and Thorin into Barovia in the first place. And who had actually written a letter trying to warn people not to come to Barovia. However, that messenger died and was found by our heroes, leading to some rather confusing instructions on two very different pieces of paper, which are in their possession. However, they met Ismark, who told them that for some unknown reason, the devil himself, Strahd von Zarovich, is obsessed with Irina Kolyana, Ismark's sister. Hey, everybody. We're just, again, sorry that it's going down. We're going to try one more time to push on through this. If it drops again, I think we're going to call it. I can't see us sitting here dropping it every 3 minutes trying to do this. But we're going to try it one more time. So we are sort of in the middle of the recap here, so I'm just going to try to jump back into it. They discovered from Ismark that Ismark's sister, Irina Kolyana, is the target of Strahd's strange obsession for a reason no one can understand, and that she has already been bitten twice by the vampire, who has used some sort of charming abilities of his to make his way into their house several times, and after the family had gotten wise to his actions, I guess, they began to be much more careful about what was going on. They boarded up all their windows, and they've hidden inside the house every night, and it seems that Strahd has been sending massive, dire wolves to hound and torment them each night. And so our heroes stayed the night in the house of the former Burgomaster of Barovia, only to also hear these terrible goings-on outside the door. In the middle of the night, Irina, under some strange compulsion, was found to be trying to make her way out the back door of the house, and was stopped by the adventurers after a sort of tense kind of standoff and rather awful situation. And they slept the rest of the night relatively uneventfully, only to open the door the following morning to discover Strahd von Zarovich waiting for them outside. Our heroes, confused that he could walk in the sunlight, realized it is generally pretty overcast in Barovia, and I guess on days where the sun doesn't shine quite bright enough, Strahd is able to walk wherever he wills. And they shut the door, and then Strahd attempted to huff and puff and blow it down with a gust of wind. We currently stand, Ash Fireforge has transformed theirself, but in this moment herself, into the spitting image of Irina Kolyana, and is attempting to impersonate the beleaguered woman. And Irina has attempted to use whatever methods they have in the house to disguise her identity so that Strahd will mistake Ash for her. Wandress and Cass are attempting to brace the door. However, they finally let it fling open. And that is where we are going to resume our session, friends. We're going to bop over to this map screen and hope that everything is in the right place. And Yeah, that is where we are. So, I think Wandress, you flung open the door, but I believe it is actually still your turn, if I'm not mistaken. Some of you had been knocked prone. If you had failed the previous saving throw, the strength saving throw, Wandress, I think you had advantage on that because you were being helped by Cass, so you passed. But I believe, Ash, you are prone.
Okay.
You have been blown down, and I don't think that the blast reached enough to actually reach the real Irina or Ismark. And Cass and Onyx were not in the way of the doorway. So that is where we resume our battle. So Strahd stands outside with his wolves. And there we are.
So Wanderous immediately, just in desperation, as soon as the door opens, he casts Frostbite at the wolf that is the closest to him.
Very good. Let's see. Frostbite.
It's a DC 14
Okay.
con save.
We can do it.
Or takes 5 cold damage.
That is a 14.
Okay, so
It did make the save.
That's what he has, and he just braces himself in the doorway, hoping that he is covering as much of the doorway as possible. And he stands firm on both his feet.
Okie dokie. All right, that is Wandress. You were standing in the doorway. Onyx, you are up.
Okay. I guess I'll try to do firebolts on the one that I can currently see. Kitty corner to Wandress.
Okay. Yeah, let her rip. I am going to say between shooting past Wandress, it probably has half cover, which is going to give it a bonus to AC, but that actually does not matter. Because 23 is going to hit either way.
Okay.
For 1 point of fire damage. Okay. So you launch your firebolt at the creature, and it is sort of a glancing blow, but it does take some damage.
Okay, cool. I think that is going to be my turn for now.
Okay. Okay, that brings us to Irina's turn. I think Irina is going to attempt to hide. She's going to run towards the back of the house. It's hard to find places to actually get all of this on screen, but okay. Irina's going to run towards the back of the house, and I guess she's actually going to dash and hide in the master bedroom. And that's her action to dash. And then that brings us to Strahd. So, what I would like is Ash. I would like you to make a deception check with advantage because of your disguise. We're going to see if you can fool Strahd.
You know, part of me wants to say that this is pretty flawless, but I get it. It's Strahd.
Well, it's also it's the mannerisms and the
it's more than just the wearing the skin. I got you. Oh, Lord.
Oof, that's a 12. You want to use any inspiration? It's up to you.
You know, if you say it, that means I probably should. So yes,
Hey,
let's do that.
I'm just reminding you that it's an option.
It's good that you did because I actually totally forgot.
Okay,
There
that's
we
a
go.
20. Okay. And here comes the roll. Okay. All right. So, Strahd is going to drop Gust of Wind. Now that the door is open, he's huffed and puffed and blown it down. And Strahd is going to hold his action. So, Ash, it is now your turn. Or should I say, Irina? What would you like to do? Ashrina? That doesn't sound right.
Ashrina.
Irash? No, that's worse.
Gosh, what does Ashrina do? That is the question. I don't have like an attack opportunity, like from where I'm standing on these wolves, right?
You are prone. I don't think you can see either of the wolves from there, really, because of the angle. But if you went around the corner to where Onyx is, you probably could try and fire on one of them.
Okay, so I'll admit that part of my master plan is to kind of let Strahd have eyes on me here. Otherwise, this entire ruse is a waste of time, I think.
Okay.
We're definitely going to use half a movement to get up, though.
Okay.
And... crap. At the very least, I think that we will use what's remaining, which should be 15 feet, I think. Let me double check, because it's been a while. Yep. I will see. 5, 10, and 15. I will get a little bit closer to Wonders here.
Excellent. And as you do, sort of like ducking and looking in between you and Wondrous. Well, let me ask you this. Do you have any action you're going to take before I do this?
I would like to ready my short bow.
Okay, and what are you readying it for?
For one of the wolves to step.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
No, I'm not crazy enough to try to
In
attack
the meantime, as you train your eyes on the door, and as Wondrous tries to block the view, Strahd sort of like manages to kind of peek his head around and catch your eye. And you see Strahd's eyes pulse red with light. I would like a wisdom saving throw from Ash Fireforge.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, that's a 9. Would you...
Yeah, I just got chat inspiration back and burned.
burn that chat inspiration? Okay.
Oh, come on, baby.
Moment of truth.
No,
oh, that's a nat
double
one.
fail.
Oh. Okay. Ash. As you feel the sort of force of Strahd's personality burn into your mind, you are charmed.
Oh, shit.
Ash. Strahd's like pretty chill, actually, now that you think about it. He's like, you guys go way back. Strahd's kind of a good friend of yours. And I don't know why everyone is so anti-Strahd right now. Clearly, he's a man of means and class, and he's just looking out for Arena. And Strahd looks at you and he says, "Come to me, my angel of the night." And that seems like a pretty reasonable thing that you would want to do.
Hot.
So,
Okay.
I'm not going to force you to use your dash to do that, but that could be a choice you could make. But basically, yeah, Strahd is like your friend. You don't like hate your other friends necessarily, but I'll just put this in chat so you can see it. Oh no, it did it to me. I'm just gonna. There you go. So you consider Strahd as a trusted friend. He needs to be heeded and protected. You are not under his direct control, but you take his requests and actions in the most favorable way. And you would let Strahd bite you. And if Strahd or his wolves do anything harmful to you, you can repeat the saving throw, ending the effect on a success. So, or if Strahd is destroyed or on a different plane of existence than you. So,
Oh boy.
that is, that's where we are. Anything else from Ash?
Well, I mean, so I definitely wouldn't care to use my dash if that's what he's requesting, but he hasn't like came out and said that, right?
Well, he said, "Come to me." The exact words he said are, "Come to me, my angel of the night."
I see. Damn,
Because he
I
is
already forgot about that.
absolutely, basically some fucking Phantom of the Opera villain right now, or whatever. Right? I know that the Phantom is not the villain of the piece, but anyway. So yeah, that's what he has said. You, Ash, can interpret that however Ash would interpret it. And I'm just gonna leave that up to you.
crap baskets. I feel like if that's what it's supposed to be, that I should be doing it. This is the ultimate torture right here. You know, we're not going to use the dash this time.
Okay. Very good. The dire wolves. Now, let's see. Okay, so you actually don't care if the dire wolves attack your friends, only if they attack you, or Strahd attacks you directly.
I was going to ask about that.
Yeah.
Damn it!
It does say each time Strahd or his companions do anything harmful to the target, not to the target's friends. So, at this point, the dire wolves, the one closest to Wondrous is going to move in and attack. So that's a bite. It does not have advantage on this because of pack tactics, because the doorway is too narrow for the other one to get in there. I do. Oh, that's a nat 1. So a 6 is not going to hit Wondrous. It is then going to move out. These are well-trained dogs. The other one's going to move in and attack Wondrous. Whoo, boy, though. That is a nat 20. So, yikes, Wondrous. Wondrous, you take 19 points of piercing damage.
God damn.
And I need a strength saving throw.
That's a 21.
Okay, 21 makes the save. And then this does step out of your attack range as well. Well, not like your attack range. You can still hit them, but it does leave if they clear the door.
I was going to ask about the attack of opportunity.
Cass, you probably get an attack of opportunity on one or the other of them as they come in and out. They'll have half cover, though, from the doorway. So.
Okay, so let's see. How far is that?
I mean, it would be basically like you attacking from the square you're in to when they come up to the door to bite. Like, you could try and get in around and get a hit off. But they will have half cover from it.
So I'd be rolling at disadvantage?
I don't believe it's disadvantage. I think it's actually just like +2 to their AC. But let me check
okay.
the cover rules. Half cover is a +2 to AC and dex saves. 3/4 is a +5. So actually, no type of cover gives disadvantage. It's all just a flat bonus to AC and dex saves.
Let me... Because I want to say that I applied... Like I used one of my spells on my longsword. Let me
might
check.
have, yeah.
Yeah, let me... Oh. I can go back to the last one.
I'm seeing a bunch of magic from Wondrous. I don't really see anything from you. Do you have any spell slots marked off on your sheet?
Let me check.
Or like your channel divinity or something?
No, definitely not my channel divinity.
Okay.
It says I have 2 slots remaining.
Out of how many?
3.
Okay, so you have done something. Yeah, if you just want to decide, because since you spent the spell, if you just want to decide which it was that you cast, given that it's been 3 weeks since we played,
right.
We'll just assume that whatever you select is correct.
Charlie, would you slide that door closed?
I'm going to go ahead and say it was Thunderous Smite.
Sounds good. So yeah, you can take your attack of opportunity. You do still have Thunderous Smite up, and it will stay until you make a successful attack.
Okay.
I'm just going to put this thunder thing on you for now.
So I'm going to hit with my longsword, 2-handed.
Okay.
Rip.
16 hits the direwolf. Go ahead and roll damage for your longsword, and then go ahead and also roll damage for your thunderous smite, which I assume I need to make some saves and stuff. We're just going to take it one piece at a time.
Okay, so that's a 9 for the longsword, and then the thunderous smite is 2d6.
Okay, and it needs to make a strength save. Okay, so it does... okay, let's read this. So that's 13 slashing damage from the sword. The first time hit with a melee weapon attack, it rings with an audible thunder within 300, deals an extra 2d6. Additionally, the target must succeed a strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet and knocked prone. Okay, very cool. So it needs to make it takes the 8 damage regardless. So that just happens. And the question is it pushed away and knocked prone? We're making a strength save.
And I was going for the one that bit Wondrous.
Okay.
So I'm thinking this
okay.
one.
Gotcha. Okay. So I will add them back because I had been putting them on the other one. Okay, so that is minus 13. It did make the save. That is a 21 on that save. So it does make that, but it still takes the damage regardless. So, cool. Yeah, you have landed some hits on both of the wolves. That is Cass's reaction, and that does use up your Thunderous Smite.
Yep.
And that brings us to Ismark. Let's see how smart Ismark is. You guys want to see how smart Ismark is?
I would love it if he's smart, because if I'm doing this for nothing, I'm gonna be mad. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it.
Well, I mean,
Ooh.
you know what they say about attractive people being smart.
Ismark's not very smart.
Damn.
Our beautiful himbo boys, not very smart.
He do be a looker, though.
Okay, so what he is going to do, he is going to... Does he have... Okay. He doesn't have a good shot. No, he's going to take a shot at Strahd. So he's going to take out his heavy crossbow. Strahd is going to have cover as well because he's shooting through Wandrous' space right now. So let's just see. That's an 18 to hit. Strahd. That hits Strahd.
Oh my god. Okay, you know what? I'm on Team Ismark now.
I'm on Team Ismark now. That's funny. Strahd takes a whopping 2 points of piercing damage. Does he have resistances? He does have maybe some resistances. So, bloop. So he just he fires his bow, and you see Strahd sort of jerk his head, and there's just a dramatic line of blood and a little bit of sort of slow moving blood, very viscous and thick, begins to kind of make its way down Strahd's face, and Strahd sort of turns his head a little bit, cocks his head at Ismark, and then Ismark is going to use the remainder of his movement to actually run back into the house, towards the back door. And then, as a result of that decision, I'm going to have Strahd make another insight check.
Oh no.
I was afraid of that.
Oof. Okay. And Strahd narrows his eyes.
Shit.
Cass, you're up.
Okay, so I'm gonna launch a javelin at this one.
Okay.
It was 14.
I believe 14 exactly hits. 14 does hit the direwolf.
Nice.
Turns out wolves don't have a lot of armor. 6 points of piercing damage at Mr. North Wolf. Very good. Okay, that's your action. Anything else from Cass?
No.
Okay. All right, Wandrous, you're up. You took a big ol' hit. What do you do?
Wandrous actually stumbles and falls to one knee. Reaching out of the doorway, he scrabbles with his fingers and manages to pluck 2 or 3 pieces of grass that have grown around the doorway, around this dilapidated, unable to be tended house. He throws the grass out. As he grasps with his other hand his purple shard, that is his totem, his icon, and he creates entangle. And so grasping weeds and vines spread out from the ground in a 20-foot square, starting from a point within range. And he would place it close enough to Strahd so that it did not encroach on the house.
Okay. Well,
Oh, no, we can't get it. That's only 5, 10. That's okay.
Okay,
no,
you have control over that. You can move it wherever you want.
No, if I do this... No, I better not. Let me look at this. I'm moving the square around on the thing to see. If I get Strahd, it doesn't get the dire wolves.
Yeah.
And it leaves the doorway unattended. I don't know if I'm aware of what's happened with Ash, but no, I think I place it right up next to the doorway.
Okay, and you are doing entangle and not spike growth, yes?
It's entangle. I'm reading it off the card.
Okay, so let's see.
So any creatures in the area when I cast the spell, must succeed on a strength saving throw.
Okay.
And it doesn't say what it is on here, so that's my spell saving throw.
It's your spell save DC, yep.
Okay, let me get to that page.
Okay. Put it underneath.
14.
Okay. So DC 14 strength save from our dire wolves, or they are restrained, correct?
Yes, they are restrained.
Okay. North one makes it, south one fails.
All right.
So we will make him restrained with the little circle slashy thing.
Okay, I am now concentrating on that, and it can last up to a minute.
Okay, I will put the same little slashy thing on you. Okay, there we go. That means you have concentration, not that you can't move. Okay, so they are, one of them is restrained, one of them is not. Are you going to continue to stand in that doorway?
Yes, I believe I am.
Okay.
Because I have, like I said, I'm down to one knee. I'm not really down, but yeah, I think I'm probably unable to get away at this point.
Okay. Onyx, what you got?
Okay, so I am going to go ahead and let's go ahead and do Magic Missile.
Okay.
On the wolf that I can see.
Okay.
So let's throw this out.
Okay. And I would just say click it. If you're doing it at level 1, click it 3 times and we'll just add them together. I think technically that's not how Magic Missile works in 5th edition, but I don't care. I like rolling each dart separately better. I think it's a cool way
that's
to do
fair.
it. So that is 12 points of damage. Remind me again, what does Onyx's Magic Missile look like?
Yeah, so I believe I had Magic Missile look like a kind of like a conifer or
That's
like a
right.
fir tree.
Yeah, they're all trees.
Yeah, it's like all nature based. So
yeah. Okay. So you launch undecorated Christmas trees at this wolf, and they sort of magically shoot their way kind of over as Wandrous hits the knee. You take the opportunity to launch, you probably have to hop a little bit to launch him over his head, and they slam into the wolf, and you sort of hear this and then it goes back to growling after the yelp of pain.
Cool.
That is your action. Anything else from Onyx?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. Irina, let's see how smart Irina is.
We've got a roll a hit die for bonus mom in chat, by the way.
Okay. We're going to give it one last try. I've tried to reset my connection here. We're going to give it one last try. If it goes down again, we're just going to call it, and I'm going to try to figure out off stream what the hell's going on with this thing.
If OBS is crashing, they might have helped out. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Just utterly
Hopefully
wild.
it did.
Utterly wild. Oh, I want that, please. Thank you. Okay. Sorry, friends. God. What a nightmare. What an utter nightmare. Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's fine. It is what it is. We are seeing how smart Irina Kolyana is. In terms of how good she's going to be at figuring out things to do about the situation. She's pretty smart. I think, honestly, her best bet, she's literally just going to go hide in the corner of this room. She's going to take the hide action. She does not have incredible stealth, so we're just going to roll that. Okay. She is hidden. That brings us to Strahd. Strahd is going to look at you there, Ash, and say, as Wandrous hits the knee, and he's going to, I think Strahd is, as a bonus action, going to actually drop the charm effect.
Shit.
And so your mind returns to you, and he sort of cocks his head and says, "Did you think you could fool me? There are penalties in this land for lying to your lord." And Strahd is going to cast Blight
Oh no.
on Ash. Whew. Ash, I need a DC 18 Constitution save.
Oh God. Okay. Things were going so well. Okay, listen, I have inspiration, and I'm absolutely gonna burn it. This is my last ditch effort.
Oh man.
Can I get some like hype and chat or something here for this roll, please? Oh God. Okay. Not to take over your chat, bub.
No, you're fine. Go for it. Let's everybody spirit bomb old Ash.
Lend me your energy, please. Oh God, I'm scared to roll it. Roll 20. Don't F me, man.
So close. Oh God, it's that one. Oh man. All right. Ash, you take 39 points of necrotic damage.
Oh God. Oh.
As Strahd just points and like they almost miss each other in air. So as Onyx's coniferous trees blast their way into the direwolf, they are passed as this bolt of black energy with this sort of greenish glow around it slams into Ash's chest. Ash, you take 39 points of necrotic damage.
So luckily that does down me, but it doesn't outright kill me. So real quick, it looks like White Moon has redeemed the hit die thing. How does that work for me?
When you regain hit points, whenever that is, you will get to add that to whatever you regain should you choose.
Okay.
So
I didn't think it did anything for me right now. Appreciate it, folks.
So Ash is at 0 hit points. That is Strahd's action. Does he have any bonus actions? Strahd is going to walk right up to the edge of the entangle. And he is going to look at you, Wondrous. And he's going to say, "You and your friends are more clever than most. It will be interesting to see how your future plays out in this land." And then he just stands there and looks at you. Ash Fireforge, we need a death saving throw.
Never mind. The energy is not, just the vibe's not right. We're just gonna roll it. I gotta find it. Hold on. I'm still learning this crap. Okay. Death save. Oh, you, what the F,
Ooh,
man?
that's a 3. Rip. All right, that's a failed death save for Ash.
He one-shotted me, bro. He one-shotted me.
Okay.
Oof.
So first things first, the North Direwolf is going to move in. Going to make a bite attack on Wondrous. I'm not going to give advantage because the other one is restrained. That is an 11 versus your AC. Wondrous? No? Okay.
And 11 does not hit.
Okay, and then the other one is actually just going to try to make a strength saving throw to wrestle its way out of the thing. Wondrous, what is your save DC?
Was I supposed to do a concentration save because I was wounded?
No, you cast the spell after you were wounded, so no.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Thank you. Excuse me.
No, you're good. What is your spell save DC?
14.
Okay, the second wolf used its action, but it does wrestle itself free of the entanglement. That brings us to Ismark. We decided that Ismark was not a smart boy, so he is basically just going to go brace the back door of the house because Arena is in the back of the house. You guys are like, F this guy. He clearly is an idiot, and he is. Yeah, sorry.
I appreciate that he at least shot Strahd, so there's that.
He did. He did a
That's
whopping 1 point of damage to our boy Strahd. Cass, you're up. What you got?
Oh God. Okay. I'm gonna go over to Ash. I want to use my Spare the Dying cantrip, which, just stabilizes Ash so that,
Okay.
I mean, yeah, they just become stable.
Yeah.
Happy days.
And then I'm going to use the rest of my movement to just move back to where I was. There at the door with Wanderous.
Oops, that's Ash.
Do I stay at 0? And
Yes,
just
you do stay
not
at
have to
0.
make. Okay,
Yeah,
I thought so.
you're just stable, but you remain at 0.
I thought so.
Okay. All right.
And that's it for me.
Okay. Cass, at the end of your turn, Strahd uses a legendary action.
Oh God. This gives me the flashbacks of last Friday. If he starts twerking, I'm out.
Let's see. What is his speed? 30 feet. He uses his legendary action to move even closer into the entangle. He is nearly face to face with Wanderous at this point.
Oh, God.
And that is all that he does with his legendary action. And he sort of just like glides, even as the entangling vines try to like hold him back and slow him down. He just sort of like slowly glides his way forward. Wanderous, you're up. I don't really have a good place in this scene to put this turn order. But...
Okay. Wanderous is gasping and is probably aware that Ash has fallen behind him. But he's looking dead on to the direwolves and Strahd, and he shouts, still holding his shard, his purple shard, and he, with a mighty roar, he casts Thunder Wave. And so a wave of thunderous force sweeps out. Each creature in a 15-foot cube must make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Which would be that 14 again.
Yeah, let's grab you a Thunder Wave. And you can tell me exactly where you want to put it. I suspect I know.
It comes out from me. So
well, it does, but it's so the where it goes, you can put it on any face of this cube. So you could do it there, or some other direction, but you want to do it right in the middle, I presume.
Yeah, I want it central because that way it gets all three of them, doesn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Okay, so I'm casting Thunder Wave.
So we're going to do the dire wolves first. We're going to do, was this con save?
Yeah, it's a 14.
Okay, and then Strahd's con save. Okay. Okay, Strahd is going to use a legendary resistance to succeed on that save.
Well, sure.
And the North Dire Wolf failed with a 4. The South Dire Wolf passed with a 21, and Strahd rolled a 9, but he's going to use his legendary resistance. Go ahead and roll your damage on Thunderwave.
Okay. It's 2d8s. Let me just real quick here. 7 points of damage on the one that failed.
Okay. And then half that on the ones that succeeded, right?
Yeah, and so also the one who failed is pushed 10 feet away.
Okay, so you said 7 points of damage.
Yeah.
And then we roll down on damage, so 3 points of damage for the others.
For the other one, yep.
Okay. And then this one is pushed 10 feet away. So that is 10 feet away from you. It is just blown backwards by the force of your spell. What does Thunderwave look like when you cast it?
Well, it was a sound. I yelled. It was just a roar that came out of my mouth. So it was more. Okay. It was the volume of sound that did the damage. My Furbolgian yell.
Yeah. Okay. So you unleash this roar, and it blasts one of the wolves back. That wolf is looking badly injured. The other wolf and Strahd seem much less affected. And Strahd is going to use another legendary action to move even closer to Wanderous.
God.
That brings us to Onyx. So, Wanderous, you even kneeling down, you're probably only barely shorter than Strahd is at this point. Like, you're face to face with this vampire. You see his pallid white face, his deep-set dark eyes, hair sort of slicked back, falling just around his shoulders, his fine fur cloak over his silken robes and leather armor.
And after I shouted, I would still be gasping as I gaze at him. I would just be breathing, gasping for air and looking him dead in the eye. I don't like the undead.
Right. Okay. Onyx, you're up. What you got?
Oh, there's a lot. I will go ahead and cast Chromatic Orb at Strahd.
Okay. Sure. Let it rip. What particular damage type are you going to throw at our friend?
I am gonna go ahead and do fire, I think.
Okay.
So roll that.
Whoo, 22 to hit. Ooh, 18 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, and what does your chromatic orb look like?
Yeah, so I guess this.
Pine cone?
Yeah, it's just like
No. Sorry, go
it's
ahead.
just like this big pine cone. It's just like it looks big to me at least. So I just like just chuck it.
Yeah, so you launch this flaming pine cone at Strahd, and you actually manage to catch him like right in the face. And you can see like it kind of burns. And he doesn't yell or scream, but he does sort of look over at you with a deathly glare. Sorry, guys. Okay, this thing keeps coming up and coming and going. We're close to what I wanted to have happen in this combat, so we're going to try to get through that, and then we're going to call it. It's going to be a really short episode, and I'm going to have to stitch all this nonsense together. That is an 8 on the hit die for Wandress from earlier when somebody gave that to you. So my apologies, everybody, but we are just going to finish like one more thing here. Onyx, cast your chromatic orb. I think we got through that part. That brings us to Irina. Irina is just going to continue to hide, which brings us to Strahd. Strahd looks down at Wandress, Cass, Ash, and Onyx. And you can see at the beginning of this turn that Onyx, where you had hit him with that fire, the wound already begins to close itself. And he says, "You are cleverer and stronger than most. This should be fun. But do not forget, as you walk these lands, you live because it amuses me, and you will die when it amuses me also." And I need everyone, I need Ash, Cass, and Wandress to please make Constitution saving throws, as you will be targeted by a 4th level thunder wave.
I'm gonna use. I'm burning chat initiative.
So
I'm burning DM inspiration.
So as you have unleashed your roar,
Jesus Christ.
Strahd just takes his hand and he snaps his finger with such force that it blasts into the house. That's a nat 20. Damn.
Thank God.
So whoever failed takes 17 points of thunder damage and is blown 10 feet away from the door.
Can I use
go ahead.
both my inspirations if I have to?
No, I believe you can only use,
Okay.
I'm going to say you can only use one
Okay.
on this one. So you are blown 10 feet from the door and knocked prone. Ash, you fail 1 death saving throw.
With the nat 20?
Yeah, even with the nat 20, you still take damage,
Okay.
and if you take damage, you still
Okay.
fail a death save, but you
I just wanted to
don't
double check on
take a whole bunch of damage. So
Okay.
Okay.
How much damage did we take?
17 total.
Okay. Wandress is down.
Wait, what if we passed?
If
Is
you
it still
pass, you take
17?
half of that, which is going to round down to 8.
So what was the what did
The
we need to
DC
pass?
was 18, so you
That's
passed.
Okay,
for
well.
pushing you back or whatever.
So Wandress is the only one who failed, and Wandress, you are blasted back 10 feet, and you land on the rug near Ash.
Okay.
And then Strahd smiles at Onyx and Cass and says, "She is yours for now. Keep her from me if you can." And he turns into bats. His body just fully like turns into a swarm of bats. And Strahd is gone. And that is going to be a death saving throw from Ash Fireforge, who I believe has 2 failed death saves.
Oh, I thought I'd got. Oh no! Oh god! This is bad.
Because it is your turn next.
So his spare the dying didn't help him?
Well, okay, no, wait. Okay, so spare the dying.
It stabilizes
you, but you took damage.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't regain hit points. I actually have to look up how death saves work now, everybody.
And
because when you get hit points back, I know it resets your death saves. But I have to Google, does spare the dying reset death saves? Yes, spare the dying resets death saves. Once a creature becomes stable, their death saves reset. So you failed one, and you've got to make another one.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Skin your teeth there, friends. Holy shit, that could have been intense.
Yeah, because there was my fail right
There's
there.
a 6,
yeah.
yeah.
I would have been dead.
And if you rolled a 1, you'd have been dead either way, so. That is a 6, so that is 2 failed death saves for Ash Fireforge. It is the Dire Wolves' turn.
Okay, now wait a minute, though, because Onyx just gave me inspiration, and I had used DM inspiration, not chat inspiration.
Okay.
Okay, so that doesn't count some way. You need to fix that.
I got it.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm out of chat inspiration, Onyx.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just pass it to...
so give it to Ozzy.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Ismark just shouts from the back after hearing this this loud boom from the snap of Strahd's finger, and just sort of yells, "What's happened?" But otherwise, he is useless. Cass, it is your turn.
Okay, so since he started rolling death saves again, do I need to cast Spare the Dying on him again?
Yes.
Or can I heal him?
You can either one.
Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and use Cure Wounds. Are the wolves gone, or?
Yes, sorry. On the wolves' turn, they turned and ran off into the distance as well.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Ash.
Okay. Okay, and that is 10 points of healing. So, Ash, you regained 10 hit points. So you were knocked unconscious, and then your body was slightly blasted by this thunderous power, and then you, twitching on the ground, come back to consciousness with Cass standing over you. Anything else from Cass?
I'm going to go ahead and move over towards Wanderous to get ready to heal him when I can again.
All right, in the meantime, Wanderous, any death saving?
Oh, God. That's a nat 1, so I have 2 death saves.
That is 2 fails for Wanderous with a nat 1 on the
Don't worry,
death
I'll
save.
bring you back next turn. You're good.
Well, next time, bring me back first, and then I'll bring back Ash.
Don't let me get this close to dying.
Oof. It's all the dice, friends. Onyx, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try to make a medicine check on Wanderous.
Okay.
Let me get to that. There it is.
16. Let's see. You can use your action to administer first aid to an unconscious creature. It requires a successful DC 10 Wisdom Medicine check. So, yes, the 16 will do it. So, Onyx, what does it look like as you administer first aid? So, Wanderous has been bitten badly by a wolf and is bleeding. But the bigger problem is that Wanderous has been concussed very badly from this explosive force from the snap of Strahd's fingers. What do you do about that?
I'm gonna go ahead and basically do I guess like it would look like how Katara does her healing in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay.
But it would be more like I guess like pieces of moss that I have. Just like it will look like moss instead of like water, but yeah.
Gotcha. Excellent. Okay, so Wandress is stable, and for the moment does not have to make death saves. So that is actually going to take us out of combat. Irina is hiding in the back room. Cass, I'm going to give you an opportunity. You know that Wandress is stable. If you want to expend either Lay on Hands or any spells to try to heal Wandress, you can do that at this
I'll
point.
actually use Lay on Hands.
Okay.
And I'll give her back 10 HP, so that'll leave me at 5.
Cool. So Wandress, you come back to consciousness with 10 HP, having been blasted across the room. And
Wanderous is gasping for breath.
And friends, thus ends your first encounter with Strahd von Zarovich. Because of the issues we've been having, guys, the tech issues, I'm going to go ahead and call the session here.